hands of the FIBA #1 ranked American 3X player Dominique Jones for the win. No! Parsley for an Omaha victory. It runs down! 3-ball Omaha takes the crown. Popovich inside. Trying to work on Brumont. Has 3 inches and 20 pounds on Brumont. He takes advantage. Nick Popovich has scored 11 in his return to the lineup today. Yeah. Against a 20-4 run going back to the second quarter after Boston College had led by 15. Higerstrand! Albany has made 7 consecutive shots to start this half. Good steal by Brevin Galloway making his return to the Eagle lineup. And Galloway hits a 3. Richmond can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Clean look, Sherrod for the lead! Yeah, it was 29 all. The last time Columbia had it tied. A DeMar Langford steal right to the 10! Over the top of McLean! That's explosive. Well, Black Friday has become one of the best Fridays of the non-conference college basketball season, and Boston College and Columbia looking to get into the act from Chestnut Hill in a non-conference matchup on the Friday after Thanksgiving. Hi, everybody, alongside Eric Galante, Bill Spaulding, glad to be with you for this one. BC coming back from a trip to Florida where they dropped a couple of games, looking to get back to their winning ways here against Columbia. All right, Olympic rosters haven't been announced yet, so that's what the women are playing for. Let's start with the men, though, and the elephant in the room. The U.S. men's team missing out on the Olympics, but hey, it's never too early to start thinking about Paris 2024. It's time to send our first team to the finals. We have the 2-time defending champion Oregon Ducks and the Maryland Terrapins. A rematch care of a Day 1 pool play game that was a really good one, an 18-16 Oregon win.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 teams and really 2 collegiate programs that have bought into 3-on-3. They regularly send teams to the national tournament, and you talked about Oregon's success. That was on the shoulders of Sabrina Ionescu, who's now in the WNBA, but certainly a young and feisty Oregon Ducks group that showed some impressive play here in the pool play.
4 Ducks just off their freshman season, part of the top recruiting class in the country last year against a Maryland team that's pretty experienced and one of the best 3-point shooters in the country, Katie Benzin. Also Faith Masaunis, Angel Reese, and Mimi Collins. It's Maryland in white, Oregon in blue. Again, 10 minutes on the clock here. If you get to 21 within the 10 minutes, you win. The way that these 2 teams have played throughout this tournament, they've played much more defensive battles. It'd be a surprise to see us get to 21 in this one.
Well, the other thing we see in 3x3 throughout the world is when it gets to the medal round sometimes, the games get a lot lower scoring, a lot more physical.
Sydney Parrish off the mark. That 12-second shot clock comes and goes quickly.
It does, and you have to be aware, and it's different. And it's also the shot clock positioning as well. It's in the middle of the stanchion. A lot of these players in the 5-on-5 are used to seeing the shot clock on top of the backboard. It's in the middle of the stanchion. You have to be aware of it. Your sub is the player that can really key you into when it's going down.
There's the uber-talented Angel Reese streaking in and missed the layup. Reese at it again, and it's stripped clean. All 4 of these Oregon Ducks very highly touted. They were all 5-star recruits coming in, and part of an Oregon team that went 15-9 last year. Good look for Kylie Watson, comes up short. Mimi Collins from distance. Had a really good game in the quarterfinals. Hit 4 or 5 jump shots to help Maryland scrape out a really tight win against a legacy squad that was a select team here from USA Basketball.
Yeah, I thought Mimi Collins was a difference maker in that quarterfinal win. Katie Benzin is by far the best outside shooter for the Maryland team, but they don't win games with a ton of 2-point makes outside of her. And so Mimi Collins and her ability to make a couple jump shots, Angel Reese, her ability to make a couple jump shots in this game, I think is going to be pivotal for Maryland to keep up with Oregon's high-powered offense.
Benzin back in for Maryland on the ball. She shot 50% from 3 in the regular season, and there's the first 2-pointer today.
Right on cue. And if you're Oregon, you cannot leave her alone.
Pac-12 freshman of the year taking it out to the outside. There's an answer. Sydney Parrish knocks it down. Here goes quick. Faith Masaunis right back to the basket. You can't pause for a second after putting one through the hoop.
That's the biggest difference if you're watching at home between 5-on-5 and 3-on-3. Play is continuous, whether it goes through the net or it's a miss. Changing possessions quickly, that's the key to have a successful game.
Silky from Katie Benzin.
lethal shooters in the country perish with the quick answer.
She's heading back for 5th year of eligibility in her career at Harvard and Maryland. 383 pointers for Benzin. Showing off the inside game here. Reese has the rebound, follow blocked. Benzin wide open. Oh, it ran out. Oregon looking to get back into it. Sure, the driving dish. Here is Pac-12 freshman of the year, Tahina Pow-Pow. Start 4-4. Benzin gets swallowed up. Just 3 to shoot. Tough shot for Benzin, and Oregon clears it. Pow-Pow once again. Wide open. Letson puts Oregon on top. Reese looking to answer. Came up empty, and there's Watson, who's been a difference maker for this Duck squad 3-on-3.
I think she's been impressive with her physicality, also with her screening. There's a lot of shooters on Oregon's team on the perimeter, and Watson is kind of the player that's helped them get going, helped them get open. There's Benzin again. Wow, you've got to be able to find where she is at all times.
She has 5 of Maryland's 6, and the Terps are back up by 1. There's Watson scoring inside. Other part that's been impressive about her, Carrie, is she's shown the ability to guard all the different positions, which you need to be able to do even as a post here 3-on-3.
Absolutely. You get cross-matched all the time. You not just stay on your man. There's switches. You have to be able to defend bigs. You have to be able to defend guards as well.
Angel Reese steps back for 3. Comes to her again. Maryland by 1 here early on. 6.5 still to go. Reese muscles home another bucket. Yeah, these teams played a 2-point game, and Oregon 18-16 win yesterday. Maryland on top here nearing the midway point of this second. Reese with the swat to bring us to a timeout on the floor. We've got a good one in the first semifinal of the Red Bull USA Basketball 3X Nationals. Tahina Pow-Pow on one end, Katie Benzin on the other in an early shooting duel.
It's a 4-point lead for Boston College over Columbia. We've talked about the inexperience in both of these teams and having to replace a lot of scoring, particularly for Columbia. You see 5 freshmen, 3 sophomores, but let's remember those 3 sophomores did not play college basketball last year either.
Right, the Ivy League rules, you'd have to unenroll in school in order to retain your first-year status, so those sophomores have never played either, just like you say, so it's really so many newcomers, but they've done a nice job, and I think we've seen this out of the Ivy League when you look across the league this year. I think there's been higher ceiling moments than we might have expected from some of these teams coming back having not played last year, because really it's completely unprecedented, right? We just don't know how some of these teams are going to react. And we've seen some moments where teams have struggled a little bit, and I think that's going to continue as this year carries on.
And some of the big wins include Dartmouth over Georgetown, a Dartmouth team that played Boston College here earlier this year. Princeton beat Oregon State last week as well. McLean driving in, lost it out of bounds. He'll stick with Columbia. Mentioned the line's already down Ike Noweke, at least for a couple more weeks, the big man and key piece on this team. They're dealing with some foul trouble to 2 other big men today, both Patrick Harding and Jake Kavarov, 2 6'9" centers. Each have picked up 2 fouls in this first half. Both are out of the game at the moment.
And obviously important when Boston College is rebounding as well as they have been already in this game. Already are, as we talked about, +7 on the boards.
Robledo getting himself to the free throw line, continuing his impressive turn off the bench.
Yeah, he really has had a big impact on this game. That time, good drive to the basket, getting it against 2.
Foul goes on Jaden Zachary, his first, only the 3rd on the Eagles. Free throws for Robledo, who is 7 of 8, now 8 of 9 from the line in his college career. He scored 6 points already today, nearly halfway to his career high of 14, which came in the best win of the year for Columbia, win over Binghamton. The win itself, maybe not necessarily all that impressive on paper. The way they won that game, particularly impressive. We're down 16 points late in the second half. Closed the game on a 16-0 run to force overtime and then dominated the overtime section.
Yeah, pretty incredible. They also had a big comeback against Lehigh last time out. Ended up not being able to finish it off. But they have shown an ability to go on some runs.
On a bit of a run here. They were down 12-2. Since then, they've outscored Boston College 20-12. Tough shot, and it goes from Mekhi Ashton Langford. He scored 6, second most for the Eagles. Robledo going right back to the hoop, and he's to the free throw line again. feels like a coming out party for Noah Robledo.
Yeah, it certainly has been. I mean, they are really riding in. Let's look at the Boston College offensive end first. And Mackay Ashton Langford, really difficult shot, but gets it up and in. And then on the other end, Robledo, originally was just his shooting really well. Now he's just driving the ball to the basket.
Foul on Mackay Ashton Langford. It's his second, and he'll come out of the game. Brevin Galloway takes his spot. DeMar Langford also entering. He'll replace Kanye Jones. Free throw line miss for Robledo. Average close to 20 points, 7 rebounds a game as a high school junior. Did not get a high school senior season. So he scored 8 today. It's a 3-point Boston College lead. Numbers are eerily similar. Both teams shooting between 44 and 43%. Only big advantage for Boston College here has been the rebounding, where the Eagles have dominated the glass, +7. Robledo got his hand on that Langford shot to block it, and here comes Geronimo Rubio de la Rosa, full speed ahead. That's turned over. Ended up going off the knee of Liam Murphy and out. So Columbia turns it over for the 4th time.
Boy, Columbia's been active defensively here. They've made things difficult at the rim, especially for DeMar Langford. And unfortunately for them, turned it over, but done a nice job in this game defensively, hanging in.
Langford hasn't yet snapped out of that funk that's lasted the past 3 games after his really hot start over the first 3 games. Just the 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line. Got it again. And works it inside to the captain, Karnick. Captain Canada comes up short on the layup. Learn more about Karnick and his family's background at halftime today. Rubio de la Rosa ties the game at 26. That's 7 for Geronimo Rubio de la Rosa, and after they fell behind 12-2, Columbia's come all the way back to tie it. Jaden Zachary lost it. Columbia thought it went off his shin. It'll stick with the Eagles.
Here's the outlet run again off of the miss, and then why not? He was open up, takes it. Columbia is shooting 47% in this ball game.
Frederick Scott at Rubio, kick it back out. Here's Scott, wants it again. 0 for 3 from downtown, but he follows his miss. Give the credit to Karnick there on a good tip deflection. Boston College now just 9 of 24 from the floor. That's a touch foul on Josh Odunowu, his first, and the 7th on Columbia. So DeMar Langford to the line for a 1-and-1 free throw opportunity.
Well, Columbia right now, because they've been able to get to the rim, they haven't had a ton of attempts from the floor. I mean, we're with 4:51 remaining in this first half, and Columbia has only had 4 attempts from the floor over the last basically 4 minutes of game time. But they've knocked down 3 of them. They're 8 of their last 14, shooting 57% after starting just 1 of 5.
Yeah, let's expand on that conversation we had earlier about, for the first time in his career, DeMar Langford is the focal point of the offense. I mean, you can even go back to his days at Brewster Academy before Boston College. Obviously, that Brewster Academy team is chock full of talent, so he wasn't the only focal point on that team. Kadari Richmond, who played at Syracuse and then at Seton Hall now on that squad, as well as a couple other Division I prospects. So this is the first time where he has been the guy you circle at the very top of the scouting report. Though Brevin Galloway is going to hope to take some of that load as well. There's the second 3-pointer today for Galloway in his return from injury.
Yeah, I think he really has a chance to be a huge addition, you could say, just because he's missed so much time at the beginning of the season. Because Boston College's ability to run that half-court offense, when you can put a 3-point threat out there like Galloway, it makes such a difference to what the defense has to guard against when they're defending BC.
Again, everybody else is learning a system that Galloway's played his entire career as well. Liam Murphy from the logo! Columbia is red hot right now. They've made 5 of their last 6.
Just shooting the lights out of the building. What a shot. And these have not been easy looks either.
So dead even, 3:30 to go first half. Scott. There's Harnick trying to use that size advantage. Good move, missed it. Langford on the follow, draws the foul. Well, it's turned into a bit of a shooting gallery here over the last few minutes. First, it was Brevin Galloway. That was deep. You want deep. How about Liam Murphy from the Boston College logo to tie it at 29?